So in today's video, I want to make a little bit of a commentary on 2 mental shifts that helped me build $1 million business by the age of 22. And you know, the nature of YouTube is that I have to make a video very entertaining, very clickbaity, and something that hooks people so that has a high click-through rate and people watch the whole thing so that YouTube promotes it and everything. To be honest, I just get so sick of playing that game, so I'm just going to speak from the heart and directly to you. So I remember looking back to when I was like a broke 18-year-old, and you can scroll back on this channel, you can see my journey of every step that I took to build the business that I've built today. And to be honest, like, I've had people tell me that my channel is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in coaching because they can just see everything that I did, they can learn all the lessons from me, and it's funny, it's almost like I'm my own worst enemy because obviously I have this coaching business that helps people grow their business, but then I also have all of this really high quality free stuff on YouTube, so it's like, but anyway, I digress. You know, my mission is to be your favorite business channel on YouTube, and whether you buy my stuff or not, to help you legitimately grow your business. But anyway, like I was saying, when you go back to when I was a broke 18-year-old kid, I think probably a part of why I was struggling to get off the ground was these 2 mental shifts that I'm now going to tell you. And the first one was the concept of I am this way because X. So it's really that word because. You know, that word because is so powerful for us as human beings. It's almost like a mental hack. It's like we assume that because the word because is there, that there's an immediate link between the 2 things. I know this sounds kind of theoretical so far, but bear with me, this has been really helpful for me. You know, I used to say things like, I will never learn how to sell because I'm awkward over the phone, or I will never lead a team because I'm too young for people to want to work for me, which was a big one for me. Or I will never learn how to charge $2,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 because I'm just not worth that amount of money. And so these becauses that we use without even necessarily realizing them throughout our day, I am this way because X. You know, often it offloads responsibility, and before we can even begin working on the traits or the skills that we would need to achieve an end goal that we have in mind, we have convinced ourselves that we can't because some reason. I think the point of that one is just to be aware of the things that you're telling yourself throughout the day. You know, we have this mantra going on in our head every single day that we're not even often aware of, and it's causing us to behave a certain way and get certain results in life and in business. Like, one that I've heard is like, I'm moody and I'm inconsistent in my business because I have an iron deficiency. So it's like, because I have an iron deficiency, I'm moody and I can't, you know, stay consistent. And maybe that's true, but if you blame the iron deficiency and you don't take responsibility for that and find a way to solve it, and you just say, this is this way because this, then you're forever going to be stuck. You know, I've heard another one that's like, I'm super insecure and awkward because I grew up in a toxic household. And like, I'm not trying to write off people's problems or anything. These are legitimate problems. But the problem is, if you blame them instead of taking responsibility, you've lost out the gate. You know, I've found the word excuses, like if I tell somebody, hey, stop making excuses, often that's like an attacking thing. People feel put down by that. They feel like their problems are illegitimate, and we don't like that feeling of being illegitimate, so therefore we don't like the feeling of our problems being illegitimate. So instead of saying, hey, stop making excuses, I'll always tell somebody, look at your becauses. Look at the things that you're saying, I am this way because this, right? And you have to be very careful with that. Like, I am getting desperate because business is slow. No, you're choosing to be desperate because you're choosing to be desperate. You control your state of mind. And so I just want to kind of give you a reminder here that you're probably pointing, you know, some blame somewhere that is, you know, giving away your power. And I love that phrase, giving away your power, because it's like, you know, we have this inherent power of being human. We have the ability to choose our thoughts, choose our outcome in life. We are the master of our own ship. We control our fate. We control the seas that we sail on and everything. We are the master of our reality. And to be frank, most people, they either A, fundamentally don't believe that that's true because a reason, right? Because the economy's bad, because our president sucks, because taxes, because my parents, because my health, whatever, right? Or they believe that if it is true, they're scared of that reality and they don't want to take that ownership. So that's the first mental shift. And the second mental shift I want to get into, and I could spend hours on this, is simply understanding the concept of the self-image. You know, whether you believe it right now or not, you are walking around hypnotized to think, feel, and act a certain way. Everybody's hypnotized. We're all in this trance, and this trance is essentially who we believe we are. And again, this kind of goes back to that concept of becauses. Like, I am this way because X, right? So if we're not consciously aware of those becauses that we're using, then they'll direct our life, and we'll call it fate. In the same way, if we don't consciously choose who we want to be and who we decide to see ourselves as, then our self-image will direct our life and again, we'll call it fate. Often you can tell what somebody's self-image is by just listening to their I am statements, like I am lazy, or whenever I do this, this happens, or I have never been this way, or I will always be this way. And everybody has those statements, but you get to choose what comes after I am. And a lot of people, they think it's more complex than that. They think, oh, change has to be more complex than just changing what I say about myself. And honestly, it's not. You know, for a season of time, it's a very conscious thing to decide to talk about yourself differently. But it starts to become automatic and subconscious, and then it starts to show up in your life and in your results. You know, a lot of like manifestation gurus preach affirmations, and I love the concept of affirmations, but I've kind of matured into believing more in like arguments. Instead of having affirmations, I have self-arguments. It's not I am this way or anything like that. It's more like there's no reason I can't be this way, and here's the reasons why I can be this way if I so choose to be, and therefore I'm going to choose to be because I have no other option if I want these results in life. So it's almost like you're making a case. You almost have like an internal attorney or a lawyer that's making a case to the court of your self-image as to why you should be a certain way. And a lot of people, you know, they find themselves stuck in life because they haven't taken control of this force of their becauses and their self-image. You know, I just did an interview with one of our students, Shakir, out of our Consulting Blueprint program, where we help people start and grow, you know, online education and coaching businesses in this wildly profitable industry. It's a ton of fun. And if you have any expertise that you believe and you have a hunch that somebody else would pay for, we can help you take that and turn it into a six-figure or multiple six-figure business in the next 12 months. That's what I do, right? And he went from selling his course at $200 because he didn't, and I said because he didn't believe he was worth $2,500, which is what he now charges, because he didn't have the authority. He didn't have the credentials. He thought that there was some extra work he had to do or whatever. No, he just had to learn very simple sales structure that we taught him, that many major companies use. You know, like Fortune 500 companies understand sales, customer relationships, you know, knowing your worth, these basic concepts. We taught him these things, and now he charges $2,500 for his services, and he's like, nothing changed. And not only does he charge $2,500, but also his students, his clients are getting better results because they've made a greater, deeper commitment to the change that he offers in his program. And so a lot of the time, people have becauses that they point off of themselves to alleviate responsibility, and they also have a self-image that hasn't been checked in a while. You know, if you just spend some time today or the next week or the next 30 days just closing your eyes and listening to that mantra that's going on in your head, or as you go throughout your day when you're driving or when you're taking a shower or you're just doing these basic daily tasks, just listen to the thoughts that go through your brain. And, you know, it's like that scripture verse, hold every thought captive. If the thought that's coming through your brain isn't one that serves you, you should question it and build an argument against it. And our thoughts are like this garden that we get to keep. You know, we can plant our own seeds and see our own fruits that we decide to put there. And if we're not in control of this garden, then the world and society and all the corruption and all the brokenness that's out there will start to plant its own seeds, and it will control our fate. And I don't know about you, but I want to control my own fate and create my own destiny and control the path of my life, my future family's life, me and my wife's life, and everything. I don't want to leave that up to other people and their agendas for me. So anyway, short video today. I just wanted to make a video on, you know, probably a really important 2 shifts that you can make if you feel stuck right now, or if you feel like you're falling behind your personal goals, or you feel like you're not getting what you want out of life right now. Those are just 2 things that you can do that will really help. So like I always say, my goal is to be your #1 most favorite YouTube business channel, especially for helping you grow your coaching or service-based business. And if you are ready to make a change, to aim higher, and to go for more out of your life, out of your business, and you're ready to have that accountability, the circle, the energy of an incredible community, and clear, direct guidance on what to do next, how to do it, and what you can expect while you do it, and everything. You know, everything you need to build a multiple 6-figure and maybe even 7-figure business. I want you to take 2 minutes to schedule a direct one-to-one consult with myself or the team using the link in the description. You know, I'm going to be completely honest, we could probably make more money if I just focused on being an influencer, getting super popular online, and just having like a cheap like $200 or $500 course. But instead of that, we decided to cultivate individual relationships with each of our students and provide to them custom solutions based on their niche that they're going after, the offer they're wanting to build, the issues they're currently facing, and everything. And if you're not ready for that commitment, that's completely okay. You can watch our free training using the link in the description as well. It's 45 minutes of really solid, rock-hard content that's going to show you exactly what to do next in your business, and it tops off with about 15 minutes of students that have applied what you learn in that training, and you can see their live testimonials. testimonials. Things like a single mom who closed 2 $10,000 packages. Things like one of our students who sold his motorcycle to join the program and then had a $25,000 paid in full client about 3 months later. You know, we have an industry standing reputation, but obviously it's your choice if you personally are ready for that serious commitment. Either way it goes, whether you join that community or you just enjoy the free stuff, I hope that I can be of service and value to you. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.